Okay.
Here we go. Adam and I are going to go ride, and what we're going to do is do something a little bit different. We're going to ride on the track, but we're going to ride on that, and we're going to see if there's any real differences in technique between riding that and a sport bike. So let's go ride and find out.
Okay.
I'm so excited to ride on the back with Adam. Whoa, all right. Got to see some video of Adam riding this wonderful beast on the track, and I wanted to ask Adam a couple questions, right? So he rode by himself, then he got to ride with a passenger. What are you doing? Everything completely different when you ride this on the track? What is everything completely different than when you ride one of your normal bikes or one of your normal sport bikes?
No, almost everything's almost exactly the same.
So brakes are the same?
I'm going to use my brakes the same way. I'm going to add a little bit rear brake to it, but other than that, when I go to the brakes, how I go to the brakes, how I use my first 5%, how I use my last 5% are identical. I'm going to use my brakes at tip-in to make sure that I'm able to complete my turn, and I'm going to come off the brakes and go to the throttle in the exact same way I would if I was on my Ducati.
Wow, okay, great, I love it. What about throttle, right? So you're on the street, maybe the pace isn't as fast. Are you less aggressive, more aggressive? How does the whole throttle thing work?
The throttle thing works exactly the same. Your first 5% on the throttle has to be the same. It has to be smooth, or this bike's not going to like it, just like the Ducati doesn't like it. I may not go to full throttle on the street because I don't want to break the law. But when I come back off the throttle, my last 5% is just as important, so I'm not jerking the bike around. I have to be smooth.
So brakes and throttle are the same. What about eyes?
Eyes. I have to keep my eyes up. In fact, my eyes are so important when I'm on the Harley because where my eyes go is where the Harley's going to go with me.
Okay, so we've got brakes are the same, throttle's the same, and now eyes are the same. Since it's really not, you're not riding on the track, and it's really not as important, I imagine your focus could be less too, right?
No, the focus is actually more. If I'm not on the track, I have to deal with Ford F-250s and big other rigs and other, it doesn't matter what the make is, but there are people out there who are not paying attention to me. I have to know what they're going to do before they know what they're going to do.
So he's going to ride this wonderful non-sport bike. He's riding on the track, but really all the same techniques that he rides his Panigale or his GSXR or whatever bike he's riding on. It's the same techniques, just a different degree of application with everything. So I think that is a big deal. What about, we'll talk about one last thing. What about body position? Is that, I mean, are you hanging off on this thing, or what's going on there?
So the difference is that I'm going to keep my butt in the middle of the seat, and how I compensate for that is to be more precise or stay on the brakes longer and make sure that I use my brakes and my controls to turn the bike. I don't want to get off the bike. I want to stay in the middle of the bike, so I'll be able to use the controls to turn the bike better.
Great. So great to see Adam ride this thing and how well he rode it on the track. Realize that the bike actually really doesn't matter. It's all the same techniques, and that's what you got to see.